Welcome to our beginner total body workout with dumbbells. I'm Rebecca Gahan with Kick at 55 Fitness. Today you only need a light to medium pair of dumbbells because this is a beginner workout. And remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on that bell so you receive all of our notifications. All right, we're gonna get started with the warm up and we'll start talking through everything we need to know about today. So we're gonna march in place. This is our warm up. This workout is perfect if you are returning to physical activity, or let's just say you never really quite got into it, you wanna know what to do, you wanna ramp up. This is the way to go. I'm gonna show you everything that we do in our more advanced workouts, but with a little bit less intensity, some more breaks, less repetitions, but still, again, getting a great workout. This is also good if you just delivered a baby and you're getting back into it. Okay. Now, just so you know, if at some point you feel like, wow, you know what, I can do a little bit more than this, you can advance this to high knees, okay? But for now, we march in place. Next up, we have air squats. So we sit back and we come down and up. Now, you can also take your arms, swing them back, fling them up, just like this. Sit low, and we'll talk about the dynamics of a squat, but the most important thing is sitting back into it, and the weight is back on your heels. Now again, as you start to advance, you can turn these into squat jumps. But for today, air squats. Five, four, three, two, one. We're going down for mountain climbers. So you're gonna be in a plank position. You might say, well, Rebecca, that's all I can do. Fine, then just hold it in a plank position. But if you can, climb your knees to your hands. And if you can only do the plank position, and that's even going to be a little tough, you can go down on your knees and hold it there. But if you can, bring your knees to your hands. And then again, if you want to advance this, you run it. Okay, so we're walking these mountain climbers. We're gonna start again in 3, 2, and 1. We march in place. Getting those knees up. So now something that you can do, let's say you do today's workout a couple of times and you want to try some of the more advanced workouts. Maybe if somebody's doing high knees in another workout and you feel like you need to take it down a notch, you can modify it with marching in place. All right, air squats. So take your arms back, fling them up, throw them up. Okay, getting down for mountain climbers. Driving those knees to your chin. And one last time for this warm up. A little bit faster. One other option, if you don't really feel comfortable doing high knees, but you want to make this a little more intense, just kind of jog it in place, just like this. There we go. All right, air squats. And remember, these can be a modification for squat jumps. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. And get down, mountain climbers. One other option for the mountain climbers, if going in a flat position is not working, you can go onto more of an incline, maybe hold on to the side of a couch. That will make it a little less intense. And time, that is the warm up. So now, if your heart rate is elevated, you wanna get it down a little bit, get some water. You'll notice, and again, some of our advanced workouts, we don't really take a lot of breaks. We get a quick sip of water and we go right back into it. So if you try some of our other workouts, maybe pause. Do a circuit, pause. You can take your time, it's okay. All right, so we're gonna go to circuit 1 now. We're gonna pick up a set of dumbbells. We're gonna hold them in a suitcase hold, so it's like I've got a suitcase in each side. Our feet are gonna be a little bit beyond hip distance. So these are my hips, they're out a little bit. Shoulders back, chest out. I take my hips, I tuck them under. So if I'm arching my back, I tuck my hips under. And then I sit back into a squat. So let's talk about all the points of performance with this squat. Our shoulders are back, our chest is out, we're going top to bottom. We're sitting back into the squat. Our feet are a little bit beyond hip distance, squeezing the glutes. You want to make sure that you're squeezing here, elevate up. Squeezing, elevate up. If your knees are coming forward like this, you need to sit back. Okay, next up, and if you want to put down the dumbbells or one dumbbell, that's fine. We're going to take our right leg forward, left leg behind. I'll show you from all different views. First, we'll do facing forward. We have a stationary lunge. So my feet are locked in place, and I'm just descending. Okay, so if I'm doing this from the side, my front leg is coming down into an upside down L, and my back leg is actually making a reverse L. You don't have to go all the way down, but you do want to make sure that you're making 2 right angles. Now again, shoulders back, chest out, hips tucked under. The biggest mistake people make is bringing this back leg too close, and then you go more into what looks like a W. All right, let's switch legs. So everything's timed right now. This whole circuit will be timed. Next up, we have some light cardio. If you need to just take a break and opt out of the cardio, that's fine. Okay, let's put the weights down, off to the side, and we're gonna do side to side squats with the shuffle. So we shuffle, squat, squat. The more intense version of this is lateral squat jumps, which again, you'll see all over our channel. Okay. Ten seconds. Good job. Okay, now if you need to pause me, that's fine. I'm not gonna take a break until after we complete circuit 1. We have those squats again, second set of 3, shoulders back, chest out, hips tucked under, squat down and up. 30 seconds here. I'm gonna squeeze those glutes. If your knees are inverting, squeeze. That will help. Pretend like you're sitting onto a chair. You would sit back a little bit. You wouldn't sit in a chair like this. Okay, Right leg forward, left leg behind, down and up. Remember, you're making 2 right angles. Okay, switch legs. Okay, this is where you can opt to take a break if you need it, or you can ramp it up with this cardio. Shuffle, side squat. Nice job. Okay, one more set. We're going back to the squats again. Shoulders back, chest out. Okay, right leg forward, left leg back.
Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes.
And switch. Okay, side to side squats. Here we go. After this, we take a break. And done. Take a break. Circuit 1 is complete. Whew. Okay. So we just did a lot of lower body in circuit 1. Circuit 2 is going to be more about upper body. Whew. Although we are going to include one compound movement, which will be an upper and a lower body movement combined. And that is something that we do a lot of with exercises. Whew. So circuit 2. We're gonna pick up our weights. We're gonna start with front-facing press-ups. Shoulders back, chest out. Hips tucked under. So again, arch, pelvic tilt, bring it to a goal post, elevate up. There we go. This also is all timed. Now, if you feel like it's too heavy for you, you can alternate. 1, 2. There we go. Okay, next up, we hinge at the hips. Okay, so that means We're standing up straight, we hinge, bend the knees. Now we're gonna take those dumbbells facing each other, row them back. Row them back. So you're not in a squat rowing, you're hinging, knees bent, row. Working multiple muscle groups in the back, but we're also getting some secondary muscle groups like the triceps, the biceps. Okay, it's time for push-ups. Do not be afraid. If you cannot stay in a plank position, then you're gonna get on your knees. But if you get on your knees, I don't wanna see your butt up in the air like this. I want your butt down and your whole torso should be flat. But if you can be up on your toes, we're up on our toes, our hands are a little bit outside of our shoulders. We're gonna descend as far as we can and come up, looking about a foot ahead. And if you can only do 2 on your toes, and then you have to go down to your knees, that's fine. Or just 1, or you can only go halfway, but try it. And if all else fails, hold a plank. Okay, the last exercise in the circuit is going to be a compound movement. Now, you can either take a break at this point, or you can just pick one of the exercises instead of doing 2 together. So we're gonna do an alternating forward lunge. So we right leg forward lunge, we step forward, we hammer curl. We left leg forward lunge, we hammer curl. You can choose to eliminate the forward lunge or eliminate the hammer curl, or again, take a break. But the goal of going through this routine is to slowly help you advance so you can complete the other routines on our channel. So we step out, we lunge. Now what's important here? You're stepping out, upside down L. Same as that stationary lunge. I'll do it from the side. Upside down L. Hammer curl. Whew. Upside down L. Hammer curl. Guess what? We move on now to set 2 of 3. Press ups, front facing. Remember, hips tucked under. Okay, rows. We hinge at the hips, knees are bent, we row.
Untold stories, they were left behind. Silent breeze, I got nothing on my mind. This madness is insane. Why you still live in vain?
Okay, now we gotta go to push-ups. So we're getting down, hands are outside of our shoulders. Again, you can be on your knees or up on your toes, down and up. And ideally, our elbows are pointing backwards, so we're using more tricep strength versus shoulders. And alternating forward lunges with a hammer curl.
Inside lane, missing exits, glued to the pavement. Between the lines, I'll keep my gaze straight ahead as the last stop flies by. No more waiting for the gun to fire, no close. I've gone around once, and I don't need to go
Okay.
anymore.
Front facing press ups. Let's do it.
Okay, stop dwelling on empty words.
Third and final set.
Doorway, and cancel the cruise control. Switch it in the manual. Don't you wanna feel right?
Okay, hinge at the hips and rows. All right, getting down for those push-ups.
Full steam through the setbacks. You can't win them all, but I'm proud I tried. I'm glad we had a dialogue. It's good to shape the mind. Speeding up the pace, turning up the heat. Where I need to be for
Okay, and alternating forward lunges with a hammer curl.
a lifeline. Break away, forget your sober case. Stop dwelling on empty words. Stop stalling in the doorway. And cancel the cruise control. Switch it in the manual. Don't you wanna feel right again? Don't you wanna feel whole? Don't you wanna feel?
And time to take a break. Put those weights down. It's time for circuit 3. We are gonna pick up a single dumbbell and we're gonna do something called a goblet squat. So we're holding the dumbbell below our chin. We're gonna take our feet facing forward. So imagine this is a clock, it's 12 o'clock. And now we turn our feet to the 10 and the 2. So our feet are externally rotated, knees externally rotated. We sit back into the squat, holding this dumbbell right below our chin. Again, this is called a goblet squat. If you can only come down just a little bit, that's fine. You're gonna get as low as you can, still facing forward, staying upright. Okay, next, we're gonna pick up a second dumbbell, suitcase hold, and we do alternating reverse lunges. So our right leg goes back, steps forward. Left leg goes back, step forward. And again, into that right angle. Right angle. Step back far enough so that you have that right angle. Shoulders back, chest out. And alternating curtsy squat. So we stand forward, shoulders back. We're gonna take our right leg, it crosses behind our left. We curtsy, step back. Take our left leg behind, curtsy, step back. Right leg behind, curtsy, step back. This may take a little bit to master, but once you do, it's a great exercise to target the outer hips, the butt, the hamstrings. Okay, so now this is a point where if you just want to break, that's fine, but if you want a little cardio boost, here we go. We're gonna go squat, kick, kick. Let's start our second set of 3. We're picking up a single dumbbell. We have goblet squats. Feet turned out, 10 and 2 o'clock. Squat down and up. shoulders back, chest out. Okay, pick up that second dumbbell. Alternating reverse lunges. Okay, now alternating curtsy squats. So you're gonna take one leg behind, curtsy, stand back up to center. Take it behind, curtsy, stand back up. Okay, and again, this is where you can take a break. If you need to, we're gonna squat and kick. Okay, now we're gonna do something we often do when we're working out together. We're gonna have you count your repetitions for every exercise. So you're gonna do this at your own pace. And don't worry, if you can't get the reps that we allot, do whatever you can do. But you're gonna count in your head 12 repetitions of all 4 exercises. So let's start with 12 goblet squats. Goblet squats. I'm halfway. This is 11 and 12. Okay, I now have 12 alternating reverse lunges. That's 1. This is 2. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 alternating curtsy squats. Whew, here we go. That's 12. Now 12, squat and kick. And then we'll take a break. 1, 2. That's 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Nice job. Circuit 3 is done. Towel off if you need to, and then get some water. Okay, so we're now going to return to upper body and then 1 compound movement. You've got tricep kickback. So triceps, the back of your arms. We're going to hinge. So these are our hips, well, pelvic bone, and then we have our hips. We hinge. There we go. Knees bend, elbows locked in place, and then our dumbbells are coming forward and reverse like a door swinging on a hinge. Now what you want to do is not go like this, okay? No swinging. Your elbows locked in place, It's a door hinge.
While I'm thinking in my head, I mind my own, I don't even break a sweat.
Next up, reverse flies. So we're gonna get the upper part of the back now. Again, stand up straight, now hinge, bend the knees. We're bringing the dumbbells, kind of the center right here, bring it out like a giant wingspan. So my arms are semi-straight. My dumbbells are not completely facing down. They're kind of midway between facing up and then the floor. And next up, renegade rows. So ideally, I want you in a side plank, in a regular plank, and we're gonna roll like this. But a lot of you might be saying, that's not gonna happen. So you can be on all fours, and then you can progress, okay, to being in a plank position. So you can roll like this initially. All right, I'm gonna face forward. I'm in a plank. Here we go. This definitely takes some core strength. So even though this is a beginner workout, this is a slightly advanced move, and we're just gonna progress through it. Okay, we stand up now. This is where we have a compound movement. So we're gonna combine two different exercises together, working multiple body parts. If you want, and now we've already did this, we're gonna do squat, but we have a bicep curl. If you wanna just do the squat, that's fine. Or you can just do the bicep curl. Palms facing up, bicep curl. But if you'd like to do both, we're gonna have our palms facing in. We're gonna squat down. As we come up, we rotate to a curl. Rotate, curl. Sit back. This can also be a rest period. So maybe you've done those 3 movements prior and you need a breather. Okay, so we're coming to the end of set 1. Set 2 is gonna start momentarily. And time. Tricep kickbacks. Hinging at the hips, elbows locked in place, let's go. Hinge, like a door. Okay, stand up. We're gonna hinge again because we have those reverse flies. So we hinge, palms meeting, come out, giant wingspan. You should feel this in your upper back. And time, getting down for those renegade rows, which of course you can be on all fours. This is called a high plank position. And if you want to attempt both movements together, great, or just one, or take a rest. Squat, rotate into a bicep curl. Guess what? This third set is going to be all you. 14 repetitions, all the exercises. And again, maybe you can only do 8 of one. Do whatever you can do. This is just a suggestion. So we're gonna start with 14 tricep kickbacks. Here we go. That's 10.
Will someone look for me if I
14. Okay. 14 reverse flies.
ain't nobody here? But I see the light from far away. It's down the line. Maybe I should not give up without a fight. 'Cause there will be a time. Oh, 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 oh.
7 to go.
There will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time.
Okay, getting down for renegade rows. Again, you can be on all fours or up in that high plank. This is 1, 2,
There will be a time.
4,
There will be a time.
6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay, squats with a bicep curl. Whew. This is 5.
Will some
10, 14. Way to go. Get some water. We have one more circuit remaining. It's all core, so don't worry. Ooh. Okay, so we're getting down for circuit 5. We're gonna lie down on the ground. Our back is firmly planted into the ground. We've got 2 fingers resting about 2 centimeters below our belly button. We're gonna press here. This is the muscle that I want you to really strengthen. We're now gonna take our knees into a tabletop position. We're gonna extend out, bring it back to tabletop. And then if this is hurting your lower back, extend one at a time. One at a time. Or if that's still bothering you, just heels to the floor, back to tabletop. Either way, I want you to now return your fingertips to your core, really press against it. And time. Next up, bilateral leg lifts. So we're gonna have our legs on the ground, again, firmly planting our back into the floor. We're gonna lift and lower. If your back starts to hurt, squeeze those abs. Squeeze, squeeze. There we go. Let's do a couple more. And time. Okay, last. We're gonna take a dumbbell from the side, lay it across our hips, okay? We're gonna extend our hips up, squeezing our glutes, creating a bridge that you could potentially crawl under. So we bring it down, extend up, and down, and up, squeezing those glutes. Nice job. Let's return to the beginning. Focusing on those lower abs, come to tabletop position, really engaging that core, extending out. Remember, you can modify with one leg at a time or heels to the ground, back to the knees. And time. Okay, bilateral leg lifts. Here we go. Down and up. And time. Finally, taking that dumbbell across the hips, bridge it up. Squeezing those glutes at the top. You can go a little bit faster. And finally, last set of the day. We are done after this. Remember, check out our whole playlist on stretching. You can get a nice deep stretch, or check out our yoga for athletes. And you can work on specific areas. If you have tight hip flexors, lower back issues. 8 seconds. And bilateral leg lifts. Finally, let's get those glute bridges in, and then we are done. And done. Whew. That's a wrap. Stop right there. What do you think you're doing? Stay tuned for our next video and click right here to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.